hit the record button. We will start in a few minutes, maybe in 1 or 2 minutes. But in the meantime, please put in the chat where you're joining us from. We would love to see where in the world you are right now. I'm in Sarasota, Florida. So we would love to see your comments on that as well. Gonna make sure everyone has access to the chat. Should be all good. From Calgary, oh, it's so cold there now. From Ohio, India, Mexico, San Jose. Great, we have everyone from around the world. So maybe we can get us started. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us. I see our attendees list is increasing, but just to save the time and respect everybody's time, I'm going to start. Thanks again for joining the Oracle Fusion AI Data Platform Product Roadmap webinar for January. I'm going to stay on the safe harbor statements for a few seconds. This is Farid Javan Mahdi, and I'm part of the product strategy team and hosting this webinar today. And along with me, we have representatives and leaders from the product management and product strategy team. We are joined by Stefan Schmitz, Group Vice President for the Product Management, Analytics Applications, Ben Arnold, Senior Director of Product Strategy, Ash Bajpai, Vice President of Product Management for ERP and SCM Analytics, Noren Chala, Senior Director of Product Management for the CX Analytics, Amit Goyal, Senior Director of Product Management, Ganvansh Khanna, Director of Product Management for the People Intelligence, and David Granholm, Senior Director of Product Management for the Analytics Applications and User Experience. So thank you to the Oracle team who have joined us today as well. In regards to the agenda, we will have some community updates for the analytics and AI community by Ben Arnold. Stefan will provide some welcome and vision notes around the Fusion AI data platform. CX Analytics will be covered by Noren. People Intelligence, also known as HCM Analytics, will be provided by Ganvansh. ERP and SCM Analytics roadmap overview that Ash will walk us through that. Administration and security will be provided by Amit. And then last but not least, the AI and ML capabilities that will be covered by Stefan. And of course, hopefully we have some time at the end to provide some live Q&A. But of course, throughout the session, please leverage the Q&A box for any questions that you have. As you noticed, we have a packed agenda, so we want to make sure that we serve some time to answer your questions. Also, this session is being recorded and will be provided in the Analytics and AI community website, as well as our YouTube channel. And with that, I'd like to invite Ben Arnold to provide some updates about the Analytics and AI community. Ben, thanks for joining.
Thank you, Fari, and thanks everyone for joining. I see that we have people from Costa Rica, from India. I know it's late for you in India, Dallas, Georgia, New York City, Mexico, Cardiff, Canada, and so on. So thank you so much all for joining. We are going to go to the next slide, please. So you can see here, you can take a picture of this slide, or you can take a screenshot. And you can use the QR code to connect to the community. I will also put the URL of the community. We just launched in January the new Analytic and AI community. So as you know, we had the Analytic community, which was the biggest community that we have. And we had on the side the AI data platform community. We merged both communities into one, named Analytic and AI community. We have everyone using different products like the AI services, generative AI, AI data platform, Fusion AI data platform, Oracle Analytics connecting to this community. We are now more than 100,000 people, so please invite your teams, your employees to join. It's very, very successful. What you can do, you can go to the forum, get information, ask questions. You can go to the ID Lab if on the roadmap you see some features that are not there yet and you want new feature. Go to the ID Lab, submit your ID, and you will have Manisha, Ash, Amit, Dave, Stefan looking at your IDs every month and see if they can include the new feature to the product roadmap. So it's how it works, okay? We have the product roadmap that you can download every quarter in PDF directly from the community. So subscribe to it and you will receive an email every quarter. We have the data visualization gallery and the sharing center where you can download templates and workbook for Fusion AI data platform. And then you have Pete, Amy doing a series of training almost every day. You have a training for Fusion AI data platform, aka FDI in the past. And then a lot of events. We are going to be in London in March, I think, for the AI Data Platform Summit. You can join, you just go, you register in the event page. So it's very, very easy to use the community. On the next page, I want also to invite you to the Analytic and AI Challenge. It's a big data visualization challenge. We give you free access to Oracle Analytics, free access to data sets. You, your team, your parents, your kids, anyone you want, you can go and directly go to the instance, create your best data visualization. We give you access to training, so you can scan the QR code. You can test the latest version of Oracle Analytics, create your data visualization, submit it. It's all during the month of February. Maybe we will extend a little bit into March, but it's all for you. So thanks for joining. I think we have already close to 2,000 people registered, so it's a big win. Thank you all for participating. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ben. That was amazing. With that, I'd like to invite product management team and start with Stefan Schmitz. Stefan, thanks for joining. Over to you.
Thanks, Fari, and welcome everyone. It's great to see so many people attending these webinars. I think the numbers keep growing from quarter to quarter, so it's excellent to see that interest in what we're planning to bring forth in the upcoming releases. So this, as usual, is our eye chart here. So please don't try to look at the details here. This is really primarily meant to convey is the fact that we have a lot planned for the upcoming releases and future releases, both in terms of content expansion of the functional coverage, but also on the platform side. Each of my directs will take you through more of the details here and the highlights. I just want to say at a high level, in terms of strategy, we're kind of looking to strike a balance between obviously expanding our footprint in terms of the functional coverage, right? Covering the various modules and functional areas in the core Fusion apps with subject areas, with pre-built content. But at the same time, we're also increasing our investment into AI features and capabilities. Obviously, Gen AI in particular, assistant capabilities and so forth. And I'll talk about that in a little bit more detail later. So that's a balance we're looking to strike. There's obviously a lot of demand for AI features that we're hearing from customers, and you're going to see those come to bear in the next couple of releases. But again, I'll save the details for later when I talk about AI investments. One other thing I also want to talk about is the name change. You obviously noticed we now call the product Fusion AI Data Platform. That's an announcement we made at AI World in Vegas. And there is a fair bit of confusion out there among the customers, partners, also internally at Oracle, what this actually means. And I think the best way to think about it is really a rebranding. The product itself really hasn't changed, but it will open up new possibilities going forward. Fusion AI data platform is built on top of some of the core services that make up the AI data platform, namely the Autonomous Database and the Oracle Analytics Cloud. Going forward, we are also going to provide, a deep integration between Fusion AI Data Platform and the various AI data platform services to build, obviously, AI capabilities, agents, machine learning models, and so forth. So one capability that actually exists today already is that you can share very easily your, highly curated, enriched, Fusion AI data platform data that sits in the Autonomous Database warehouse with the AI data platform services. So the data shows up in the catalog, in the master catalog, and there you can then very easily, very directly go and combine it with unstructured data, semi-structured data to, again, build advanced AI capabilities, agents, machine learning models. What we're also looking to do is to actually auto provision an instance of the AI data platform workbench automatically for those customers where that is possible. It's not going to be possible for all customers. It really depends on where the customer has provisioned their Fusion AI data platform instance and whether they have already UCC, an Oracle Cloud Infrastructure account. But in those cases where that is given, now we are going to be able to just automatically spin up a workbench for you so you can directly start using it. And then obviously, as you start using it, you would consume those services and then pay, the usual credits that are necessary for the consumption. So one misunderstanding that is out there is now that it's called Fusion AI Data Platform, do I get the AI data platform for free, quote unquote, right? Meaning I can just use it to any extent. That's not the case, right? Again, there's going to be pre-built integration. We're also going to benefit from the AI data platform to build capabilities back into the core product. But once you start using the AI data platform, you just use it as a PaaS service, and you use your UC account to pay for it. So hopefully that clarifies the name change. I know it's a little confusing because it's now called platform, but it's still a SaaS product, right? At the core, right? With obviously some PaaS capabilities, I would say, but at the core, that hasn't changed. It's a SaaS product, Oracle Managed Data Pipelines, and everything that comes with it. Nothing in that sense has changed, right? Even though the name seems to convey now that it's more of a PaaS product, but that's not the case. So hopefully that clears it up. If you have any questions about the name change and the implications of that, feel free to post them here in the chat, and I'm happy to respond to them as well. So with that, I think I'll hand it over to Ash, or who's next? Oh, Naren, sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Stefan. Right. I think one item of the roadmap should be changing the name. We love to do it every year. I'm just joking. So anyway, I'll cover the CX Analytics. So super excited. CX has increasing the surface area as well. One big thing that we did is that is actually in 25 R4. It's called incentive comp analytics. It's a big system. We have very large customers using it. The OTBI is not sufficient for most of our customers because of the volumes of transactions. We have a very large customer in computer manufacturer implementing it. So if you have a customer who has Fusion incentive comp, you definitely should consider looking at our product. And then we are making more inroads into CPQ. CPQ is a growing area for Fusion CX compared to Salesforce. Oracle CPQ is getting more traction. And we have released this, what we call analytics for strategic pricing. So a lot of interesting, good analytics on the pricing side for CPQ. And Eloqua, we have referenceable live customers in production, and we're enhancing with more Salesforce dimension. So the key use case, if I leave with you, is that customer having Eloqua and Salesforce, we do support both. We support Salesforce as a native source. That's a good like McDonald's combo to go after, to sell our product. Real quickly, what is upcoming? So there are a few other systems that we plan to support in future. One of them is the Fusion Field Service. And not to confuse everybody, there are two products, which is the legacy Oracle Field Service and the new product, which is Fusion Field Service, which is on the Fusion stack that we will support. OFS or Oracle Field Service is something that we probably will not support because it's a non-Fusion stack, and it's also customers will migrate to Fusion Field Service. We are adding more subject areas to Fusion B2B service, enhancing further the incentive comp analytics that I talked about earlier, making more changes into CPQ, making more rock solid. And then there is CDM part of our product on the Fusion side. So we are going to support that as well. It's a very interesting product, and most large enterprises use it. So being able to get the entire hierarchy of customers' accounts using this feature is really interesting. From platform perspective, we are providing support. We will be providing soon, rather, support for Adobe Analytics. So you can think of full funnel analytics from a marketing stack perspective. We have websites, we have campaigns, activities, opportunities, all in sort of supported in the product. And then, as Stefan mentioned, we are doing a lot of investments on the AI side. So for CX, we are working on two. Even though it says app, but you can kind of read as agent. So we are kind of transforming our vision to being like intelligent apps into more agentic applications, and we are putting a lot of effort into it. Future, I think I'd already talked about it, but another thing that Fusion Marketing, Fusion CDP is also getting traction is also called Unity. So we plan to support it as that product gets traction as well. So that's it from my side. Fari, I'll hand it to Ash.
I think we have Gunvor.
I'm going next.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sir.
no worries. Thanks, Naren. Thanks, Fari. All right, I'm Gunvansh. Before we get into the roadmap, I wanted to kind of just ground ourselves by what we are doing in the HCM or now the people intelligence space. So we believe that people decisions are highly interconnected, right? And this has been our stance, and we've heard this from our customers. So the way we are now thinking of building HCM Analytics or people intelligence is it spans across HR, finance, operations, and we want to build decision workflows which deliver insights to our customers, right? So our belief and values are going to be that we are not just thinking about building the data layer, but we are thinking far broader than that. And within that, PLW or People Leader Workbench has been a major investment for us, right? So we started with the workforce investment apps, which focused on payroll and salary spend, which is our update 25 R4 or what is available today. And within that, we are developing new solutions like you can go ahead and manage your payroll components. You can get now recommendations in the system. And you can now see spend drivers and coaching, which is powered by generative AI. So building that core data layer and then putting into a decision workflow and then agentifying it or bringing in AI has been kind of our roadmap or the way we think about things. Within the same PLW, we are also thinking about, we've also built now the attrition risk app, right? Which focuses on two topic pages, internal mobility and skills, demand and supply. So this is, today, which is a feature which is available to our customers. This has been built in close collaboration with a lot of customers out there who we have worked with. I'm not going to name any, but it has been widely validated across the industry, and there was a lot of momentum around it at Cloud World as well. Now, moving on to HR space or within our HR pillar, we have built employment contracts, which is new, and also the consumer assistant is now GA available to everybody to use. A lot of customers have been asking about the assistant. It is now available. So if you want to use it, build a local subject area on top of it, you can go ahead and do that. Moving to the talent space, learning Cold continues our story from where are the skill gaps within your organization. So once you know what skill gaps exist, now the obvious next answer to that skill gaps is how do I fulfill those skill gaps, right? So if Python is a skill gap, agentic AI is a skill gap, do we have enough learnings within our learning catalog which can fulfill that gap? That is exactly what Learning Cold Spot does. It continues the story from skill gaps to provide you with insights on what is available in your learning catalog and can you recommend those learnings to your workers. Then we have a couple of enhancements in the compensation space, and obviously in the platform area, the configurable AOR, which is one of the most asked features, is available to our customers today. So that covers the update. Now moving on to the upcoming, and I'm going to probably just skim through the future. In upcoming, PLW and agentic AI is a major theme for us. So we're going to start with building agents. These agents will evolve around building clarifying questions, building recommended solutions, and building customizing topic pages, and so on and so forth. So that's going to be the agentic flow within PLW. Also within PLW, the major milestone is going to be we are going to make it GA and available to all customers. So that is upcoming and happening soon. Within also the PLW space, we are building an HRBP workbench. So till today, PLW was available for all personas. We heard from our customers, this was before Cloud World and during Cloud World, or AI World rather, that they needed a specific workflow within PLW which caters to the HR audience, right? So that's why HRBP workbench will be built and made available. Also, position management is a huge use case within the HRBP workbench, so we're going to start with that. We are going to agentify the recommended solutions, and peer benchmark topic pages is also going to be made available. So PLW as an agentic area is going to be a major investment for us. Then within the HR vertical or HR space, metric manager hierarchy, scheduling analytics is asked a lot. Benefits costing is another feature which has been asked a lot. And then flight risk prediction, which predicts attrition, is going to be made available to customers. I think a couple of customers have already activated it, who are, since this feature is in LA anyways. Then within the talent space, we will continue to work on the skill story. So till now, the lens on skills has been skills available on your talent profile and required on your job profile. We were able to give you these skill gaps. But what about workers who, favorite careers of interest? So I'm a product manager, but I might be interested in product marketing, right? We are going to build a lens where you can compare what skills do you have and what are your aspirations and where is that skill gap. So that's what careers of interest is. And then another big feature here is going to be performance sentiment, which just got the security clearance. So performance sentiment is we are able to analyze unstructured data in performance evaluations and give you insights between worker-manager calibration. So that's another huge step for us, where we have built an out-of-the-box machine learning model, which can help you with that calibration on top of unstructured data. And then there are enterprise calendar and security enhancements which are coming. I'm going to pause here. I also see Manisha is there. Manisha, anything you want to add? Or
You did well. Thank you so much.
okay. Then within the future space, there is a bunch of different features which are upcoming. I'm just going to talk about major themes for us. A major theme for us in the future space is, is going to be building a data ecosystem. So we're thinking about building survey connectors. We are thinking about bringing in external data for benchmarking. We are going to think about bringing in a majority of external data sets like Lightcast, people data, Fred data. So that's going to be a major theme for us. Also, another major theme for us is going to be building agentic apps. So within that, we are thinking about skills as an intelligence app. We're thinking about manager effectiveness app and a few more. And then obviously payroll balance assistant is another area within there. So that kind of concludes the people intelligence HCM space. If there are any questions, we're happy to take those on the chat. I will pass it over to you, Ash.
I'll just make a comment on. I'll just make a quick comment. The space is, as I think most of the customers who are using HCM or people intelligence probably are aware of, It is shifting, continuing to shift. Every time I feel we have settled, new things come up. Now it's the world of agents and also heavily in skills and skills reskilling, upskilling with um, AI sweeping in. So please share your feedback with us. If this roadmap is resonating, great. If you are seeing some gaps because in your industries, please do reach out. We have enough channels. And this particular space leans heavily on your feedback, right? So standardization is yet to come. So please be very vocal and share your feedback with us. Thank you, Ash.
Awesome. All right. Let's talk about ERP Analytics. ERP Analytics continues to grow with customers adopting across diverse set of industries, manufacturing, retail, financial services. And this roadmap is really a reflection of the feedback we've been getting from customers. And also, we're tracking other market drivers and trying to make sure that we are delivering value to you through our products. I'm going to start from the left and work towards the right. So 25 R4 was the last release that we did in 2025. It was packed with features across projects, finance, procurement. I'm just going to hit on a few highlights. On financials, we enhanced coverage to add cash management and RMCS, opening up new possibilities, supporting new use cases. Specifically on cash management, cash managers and finance teams, they need a single unified view into balances and transactions across hundreds of bank accounts, sometimes across dozens of entities around the globe. So we had previously introduced two new subject areas for bank statement balances and transactions. Now with R4, we expanded to support additional use cases around external transactions. So you can look at daily bank account balances and all the inflows and outflows to get to a summarized view for all your banks. Then on the revenue management side, a lot of our customers engage in fairly complex revenue generating contracts with their customers, and they leverage RMCS to comply with ASC 606 and IFRS 15 accounting standards. These customers need unified granular insights into contracts, pricing, performance obligation, revenue events. We had previously introduced 4 subject areas for contracts, events, accounting, and standalone selling price. Now we have added 2 new subject areas for revenue management, source document line versions, and for immaterial changes. So now users can see all versions of contracts, and you can get insights into questions like what contracts have been revised to variable consideration estimate corrections or any other modifications, how many versions of the source document lines are there, which customers or items have the most version changes. So it gives you a much more holistic set of insights. So that's the number 2. I'm going to hit on a few others here in R4. Configurable account analysis, it continues to play an important role for finance users. It's one of the keystone features for financial analytics. It provides cross-functional accounting insights into GL while connecting the dots with subledger transactions. We have enhanced that to include RMCS and lease transactions. If you remember, lease accounting was released before release R4. I think it was 25 R3. That's when we released lease accounting. The next 2 were available. Project events and time labor were actually limited availability features, so we converted them into preview. Project events, it supports detailed analysis of all project events, including dimensions like project tasks, headers, lines. And then time and labor gives you insights into reported hours and processed hours or project time entries. So if you're using time cards to manage that, then you'll start to get insights into that. Now, moving to the others bucket, and maybe a couple of important ones there. Frequent data refresh is one of the most highly demanded features. It's fairly complex design that we've been working on. The goal is to reduce the data latency for all the data that's coming from Fusion. We have prioritized all the important data entities on ERP and supply chain side. This is available in preview now, and we are planning to go GA sometime in future. Another significant feature work that we did is around EPM. A lot of our ERP cloud customers also have EPM part of their landscape, and insights on budgets and forecasts combining with actuals coming from GL is like a mainstream use case. So we worked on a new integration, and that is available in limited availability now, where we make it very easy for you to bring data from PBCS and FCCS like data sources in the warehouse, and then you can actually leverage that for a wide variety of use cases. In terms of the upcoming intercompany analytics is the most important one that we're working on. Our goal is to give you insights into end-to-end insights into all intercompany transactions with data coming from AGIS, supply chain financial orchestrations projects, but we will start off with focus on AGIS. So you should see that landing in next 1 to 2 releases. At the bottom of the list on financials, you see explainability. So if you remember, we have a lot of machine learning features. We are working towards adding explainability, which will enable transparency to you in terms of understanding what's the output and why certain risk scores are one way or the other. So hopefully that will enable you to gain more trust in the output that we are producing with our ML features. Under procurement, you see supplier master. This is a new subject area that will help you garner insights into aspects like supplier onboarding, supplier registration. So you'll be able to start analyzing all your supplier master data and get some new insights that you didn't have. I mean, we always had supplier available as a dimension in other subject areas, but this is actually going to start giving you more like a master data like insights into suppliers. In the others bucket, a few other things. I think Stefan mentioned about assistants and data agents. So there are multiple of these features that we're working on, which are going to start trickling in over the next couple of releases. The two that we have tested a lot with our early adopter customers in LA around procurement spend and employee expenses. Basically, what it's going to enable is a natural language interaction for the line of business users where you can ask questions in simple English and the system will give you insights based on the spend analytics KPIs and metrics, as an example. There are a lot of other work that's happening in the platform layer on OSC, and we are always making an effort to uptake the innovations that's happening in OSC. So there are some features around improving the homepage experience, adding contextual insights, adding deep links. I'm sure Dave is going to hit on some of that as well. Real quick on future flux analysis, our goal is to provide ML-driven insights into understanding what is the flux on your key financial accounts, P&L line items, quarter over quarter, gives you an understanding of the root causes for any drift that you see in your key financial metrics. Fairly complex feature. We're working with our data science team to figure out what models are required to support that. On cash management side, we are actually going to be adding some new features to help with cash management reconciliation, which will allow you to look at transaction across different source systems and accounts and be able to very seamlessly reconcile that leveraging FDI. Okay, if we go to the next slide, let me switch gears, go talk about supply chain. So supply chain analytics, if you remember, we had launched Command Center sometime mid of last year. Our goal with Command Center is to provide top-down view into your supply chain with bottoms-up insight, which enables visibility across your supply chain with data coming from manufacturing, from logistics, from procurement. So we picked up a handful of use cases which we thought are going to be high value use cases for our supply chain customers. And that's what you see listed there as limited availability use cases. We have enabled this with dozens of customers, multiple dozens of customers, and we've been testing out with early adopters. So I would request if any one of you is a supply chain analytics customer and you would like to test drive any of these features, engage with us as a design partner, give us feedback. We'll be happy to engage you. The top two items there on expected production attainment and non-agreement spend, as you can see in the upcoming bucket, I expect them to go preview likely by next release. And then we are working towards preview for other features as well. Okay, so that's the single most important initiative or investment that we have going on. Then in addition to that, if you see planning, I'm going to skip through the inventory procurement here real quick on planning, manufacturing, and maintenance bucket. I think the most important thing is we added planning analytics. So our customers are really focused on striking a balance between supply and demand to deliver to their customers. So we introduced planning analytics with the goal to help them look at supply data, demand data, manufacturing plans, so you can identify what gaps are there and how you're going to drive some business critical decisions to minimize these gaps. That was the goal for planning analytics. We continue to invest in that. And as you look at the upcoming bucket, we will be adding more in terms of different archive and different versions of the supply plan. We'll start to support that. We will provide a detailed view of demand fulfillment and recommendations. And then we will also provide a detailed view of build plan. Then let me skip over to the upcoming bucket, talk about a couple of additional things. If you look at logistics, there are a couple of different things we're working on. One, WMS connector that has been in limited availability for a while. We have tested with a few customers. I expect that to go preview soon. It will allow you to go pick specific transactional entities and bring that to the warehouse. That's the first step. Then we will go beyond that, which is the second bullet item, to provide prepackaged features for WMS analytics. So we do have inbound side of transactions that's already ready to go as soon as we connector goes into preview. And we have started to work on outbound transactions. So anything that is shipping out from the warehouse to your customers. So being able to look at those outbound transactions, that's something that is in works. On OTM, Oracle Transportation Management, for customers who use OTM, that data is really rich in terms of understanding, how you're meeting your service levels, what opportunities are there to drive down costs across different shipping lanes. How do you optimize to deliver on time to your customers and improve customer satisfaction? So it can be really meaningful and open up a lot of new use cases. We're going to start our journey on OTM analytics with shipments data. So we have a new subject area around shipments that's in works, and you will see that come out in next couple of releases. I'm going to go up on upcoming a little bit to hit on product lifecycle management. That's another important body of work I did not talk about earlier. So PLM information is really important because it gives you insights into all aspects of your products. New products which are matured, products which are getting close to sunset. We will start to provide insights on your product portfolio leveraging PLM data, and the table stakes there. The starting point there is really getting into item structures. So you can understand what are the different components which are part of the structures, different divisions, giving you more insights into bill of material, which will help you understand the the structure, the changes, the life cycle that the products are going through. So that's coming out soon as well. Now on future, maybe I'll just speak to a couple of things real quick. Expect more on WMS and OTM in terms of prepackaged features. Expect more on PLM. So you see a couple of things called out there. And obviously Supply Chain Command Center, the features that you see in the preview, we would like to get that to GA and add new experiences, like create your own flow in Command Center that you see in future. That's a very important feature, which will allow you to pick any KPI and configure alerts, get to insight details and recommendations. So you can create your own insight to action journeys within Supply Chain Command Center. All right, I think with that, I'm going to stop here and pass it on to the next person. I believe it's Amit or Dave.
Hi, this is Amit. Let me turn on my video here. All right. I'm going to go from left to right by the different topics. So as far as the regions coverage, we have been doing certification for US Gov, which is called FedRAMP. Those are the OC2 and OC3 data centers. So we are going through a certification process. It takes a long while. It will become generally available around the summer. Okay? So that's why you see it in the future column. But we are going through certification currently. ADW 26 AI upgrade. We did the certification already, and right now, because you must have, customers have received notifications that you can start to upgrade your database to 26 AI. It does require a small downtime, so it's in your hands. You can schedule it when you want. The other thing we made available is vanity URL. So you can now have set up a vanity URL to point to the URL for your OAC or FDI. Upcoming the regions, we are adding support for Abu Dhabi. That'll come out end of February. Some dedicated regions, Oman, Qatar. We are also introducing something called additional data processing SKU. And the idea behind that is, we have published service limits in our documentation. For example, one of the questions on the Q&A section is, how many times can I do frequent data refresh, right? So the service kind of provides 4 refreshes per day, which are included in the service. If you want to do more, you have to get an exception. And then because frequent data refreshes are expensive, that's the mechanism that you would get charged if you want to do additional data processing. Moving to the future, like I said, we'll make the US Gov generally available. We'll add Stockholm, Singapore, Morocco, more dedicated regions. We are also integrating with the OCI notification service. So you can participate in the OCI notification service, and you can get text messages, phone calls, emails, whatever you register. And then there was a question around DR in the Q&A. So we still don't have a timeline for a disaster recovery SKU, but we are making progress. We are planning to provide some backup restore tools. So the idea is, most people set up an additional test instance in another region as a backup to make sure if there's a major disaster, they can rely on this ATE instance as a backup. So for that, we are trying to make it easier to set that up. On to security. So going back into the security section, we have added support for IP ACLs, so access control lists. So we first, already have support for ADW OAC. In end of February, we are going to launch support for FDI. And what that means is once you set up the ACLs for FDI, the same ACLs are applied to the ADW and OAC. We're also introducing customer alerts. So within the OCI console, you have security alerts that make it easier for the service admin to take follow-up actions. We are also introducing ADW wallet rotation. So that's a security best practice. Every 3 months, rotate the wallet so that the passwords are more secure. In the future, we are going to add DB Vault features and break glass certification. Next, the data platform section. So we have added more pipeline data refresh visibility and statistics. So that's a common kind of ask. People want to look at for their scheduled refreshes. Is it complete? When did it start? And so forth. Frequent data refresh V2 is, Ash mentioned that as well. It's a new architecture compared to frequent data refresh V1, more performant, better consistency. It provides you the gold, silver type layers. So you do have to turn it on. Right now it's in preview. So I highly encourage anyone using frequent data refresh V1 to actually migrate to V2. Ash also talked about the EPM integration enhancements. The change data tracking, that's a limited availability feature. So please reach out if you would like to check that out. What it essentially does is we are tracking all the inserts, updates, deletes that happen with each refresh, but we don't disturb the ADW database for that. We put that in the OSS in a file system, data lake. In the future bucket, you can see that we are going to expand our data share capabilities to Google, AWS, Snowflake. We already support Azure right now, and of course, Oracle OSS. We are also going to launch data augmentation scripts, which is the low-code experience in order to bring in your own sources of data. The apps extensibility, we have added a bunch of enhancements in the semantic model extensions, multi-user development, bundles for replace mechanisms. I think I'll stop there and hand it over to Dave for user experience.
Okay, thank you, Amit. So first I want to talk about this project that we're calling Fusion Transactional Reporting. This is essentially bringing the workbook experience that you might be familiar with from the OAC tooling to Fusion transactional applications. So this will be the workbook experience against those OTBI subject areas and the data that resides in the Fusion database. We're rolling this out as an MVP actively right now to roughly 50 customers, and then we'll be ramping up to additional users in the coming months. And the intention here is to go to make this available to all Fusion customers, also without a fee, similar to what we do with OTBR right now. However, this provides an infrastructure that makes it very easy for customers that aren't you, but customers to upgrade to FAIDP from OTBI. So we'll be adding some additional functional completeness in the upcoming months around things that we're doing, workarounds for like search or crawl or security. And then ultimately, we do intend to roll this out to all Fusion customers and start building additional workbooks for the pillars in collaboration with our Fusion colleagues and our business intelligence talent. So next, let's talk about some of these, which really the intelligent apps have been mentioned already, so I won't spend too much time here, but we're constantly trying to improve the experience for these around benchmarks or ability to customize these, to integrate with agents, et cetera. And then finally, I'll mention on the user experience side, note that Ash had sort of presaged, and that's the addition of custom homepages to not only our factory content or out-of-the-box content, but for your ability to create it as well. So what these will allow us to do is avoid asking folks to hunt around in the catalog for their content or create custom homepages. These are very easy to set up, they're very attractive, and we will be shipping a number of out-of-the-box homepages for across the pillars. For HCM, for example, you might see a talent homepage and a workforce health homepage. And on the talent homepage, the essential information around performance goals or talent growth or mobility management will be surfaced right on that page. Also, we'll be building these custom groups. We'll provide some custom watch lists, and then you can create these yourself. You can customize the ones we're providing, and these also have the ability to be pushed to be created by like an administrative or an author type persona and pushed to specific cohorts within your company as well. So these are really a nice way to get to the essential information and provide that entry point into the interesting content that we're building. So I'll look at the questions here, but that's about what I want to talk about. And then I'll hand it over to Stefan to recap the AI and ML features.
Right. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, before I get into AI, maybe I'll just address one question that just came up as you were speaking, Dave, which is Fusion Transactional Reporting replacing OTBI? And the answer there is no. So think of that as it's an add-on. It extends the OTBI experience, but the existing OTBI experience that you have today, with answers and dashboard just remains as is. So no change there, and it's going to live on for the foreseeable future. But you get the new experience with OAC, to create, highly interactive visualizations now on top of your OTBI subject areas. But again, it doesn't replace and take away existing OTBI.
Yeah, right. Thank you. And for an FDI customer, you not only then will have within your data pane all of the subject areas that you know from FAIDP sourced by the ADW, but alongside that, you'll see those OTBI subject areas for the transactional and real-time subject areas based on the Fusion database. All right.
Okay,
Thank you, Scott.
And then I just want to point out the fact, I talked about the name change here at the beginning, but if you look closer at this slide, you can clearly see we even, as a PM team, haven't made the transition yet. We still refer to it as FDI on this slide here, a lot of cases. So it will take some time, but I generally hope this will be the last name change, but I won't make any promises. All right. So in terms of AI and machine learning investments, it's really multifold. Obviously, we're going to continue to build these prepackaged machine learning prescriptive predictive models like we have in the past. The number that are on the roadmap that will see the day of light in upcoming releases. But I think the more extensive investment that is happening now is around agents and agentic experiences, I would say. And that essentially breaks down into also two kind of work streams. One is we are leveraging the OAC AI assistant to build out some pre-built experiences, for select, call them functional areas. The assistant, as you may or may not know, is actually evolving from what's now called the AI assistant in OAC to what's called the AI agent or data agent. The difference between the two is that it now adds the ability to bring in custom knowledge documents and instructions, like essentially using RAG capabilities to further enhance and enrich the experience of talking to your data, right? You can now add policy documents, etc., right, that will allow the agent or the assistant, to provide much more relevant responses back to you, not just based on the data that exists in ADW, but also on the data, on the contextual data that exists in these instructions and knowledge documents that you can add now, upload into Fusion AIDP. What we're planning to do for the upcoming release is to release 17 such agents for different functional areas. So look forward to that. And then over time, we'll add more and more. In addition to that, what we're also doing is we are leveraging the Fusion AI Agent Studio to build a number of pre-built agents and required tools that will support, some very specific targeted use cases. So we have essentially a handful of those identified right now, and we are actively working on getting those hopefully into the next upcoming release, but potentially some of those will slip into the subsequent release. But there's a lot of work going on, and I think that will provide a really, really interesting experience for you as a customer to see agents in the Fusion AI Agent Studio build on top of Fusion AIDP data. And obviously going forward, also additional data sources that we will pull in unstructured data, semi-structured data. What's actually not listed here on this swim lane for AI and ML is obviously the work we're doing around integrating with the AIDP platform. We're also going to help and work with the team over there to build what I would describe as templates and solution accelerators, right? So if you want to build custom agents, custom machine learning models using this new AI data platform, you will find soon enough, templates, accelerators around specific use cases that will accelerate your journey based on not only Fusion application data, but also on Apps Unlimited data. So if you're, for example, if you are a customer today that uses EBS or PeopleSoft still, you will find, templates and accelerators in AIDP that will allow you to more quickly develop these new powerful agentic experiences on top of your, Apps Unlimited data. So a lot happening on that front, and we're really excited to obviously ship some of these new assistant agent capabilities in the next release. So a lot more to talk about when we meet the next time for the quarterly update. So that's it. I'll hand it back to Fari.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stefan, and thanks to the team for providing all this great content and updates. So I think we have about 2 or 3 minutes to review any questions that are still remaining. There is one from Gary that I can read and see if we have an answer from the team. Can we allow the customers to create a simplified view of the subject areas we provide? For example, hiding attributes they don't need, specifying synonyms to give attribute names that are more meaningful for the customers, reorganizing folder and attribute structure to simplify understanding of the subject areas.
Dave, probably.
Oh, I was okay.
You can start.
Sure. Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, Gary, there are we'll be releasing as a complementary experience to the traditional admin tool within which we can do some of these things. So if you want to follow up directly, you can get into the details for that. Did you have anything you want to add, Amit?
I think Dave, I'll just add one more thing to this question. I would also say that the work we're doing with data agents and assistants, I think it simplifies this problem as well, because it's going to create a new consumption experience, and you just ask the questions based on the attributes you are interested in, right? And the complexity of the subject area goes away, right? So that's something that can come to our rescue.
Yeah, and another thing I'll add too, now that I'm sort of tracking the question, Gary, is because through this Fusion Transactional Reporting project, we're adding, doubling maybe the number of subject areas that folks are going to be seeing. We've added some UX affordances to better delineate the lineage of subject areas, as well as to search within those subject areas. So these are all to address that intention of getting to the essential data and try to remove some of the needless noise.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave. So for those who are still online, Jamie has an announcement that want to share. Jamie, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I put a link in the chat earlier. If we have any existing customers on the call, which I hope we do have a customer advisory board coming up in early March for Fusion AI data platforms. So we encourage you to register. It does involve a agreement to be signed. You may already have one with your company. So go ahead and register, and I will approve those that do have the agreements, or reach out if I still need one. This is a customer advisory board, so it is restricted to only customers. Thank you, Fari.
Of course, thank you. I'll put the link again in the chat just in case if it was on top of the chat and you missed it. So I think we're at time. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thanks to the Oracle team for all the great updates, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.